Welcome to the Game Corner, another video game podcast. My name is Harrison. You might know me online as Roixon, and I'm joined, as always, by friends and co-hosts.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd say as always, but Rowan, you might know me as Mocha. I am getting in touch with my inner closed sheet demon for this weekend, and I'm joined by...
This is Sheldon. You probably know me as Captain Nova.
How many times can we say that same bit?
I don't know. Probably a lot, because I'm here like once every 3 or 4 weeks.
We make it work.
Yes, it's fair. It's fair. So
join us sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes he shows up. There's Rowan. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I was a little sick last week after going to Louisville. Was not my finest regional. It's I think the second worst I've ever done. Not great, even, but it's fine. I think I played okay, but it sometimes just doesn't go your way.
That's the game we play.
Yeah. Right. Yes.
But fantastic weekend. I had a really good time hanging out with mostly the Georgia crew, but a lot of different people. It was the weekend that right after Sparking Zero came out, so we BK packed up his PS5 and we door dashed an HDMI cable to the hotel and just played all night. It was good. It was a lot of fun.
Sparkling Zero is that Dragon Ball?
It is Dragon Ball.
The new Dragon Ball game, yeah.
Sparkling Zero.
It is not. There's no L, just Sparking.
Sparking Zero.
Yeah. It is not a competitive game, but it is an extremely fun game. So yeah, I've unlocked everything. I've played through all the stories. It's like they do a lot of like everybody who's nostalgic for this thing has seen the show 100 times, has played the same story on like 20 video games at this point. So instead they put all their resources into making like what if scenarios.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
if you beat things fast enough, it's like, what if the character you're playing has just won this one, like when they're not supposed to, and then they do like through the logical conclusion of that, which is pretty neat. Like I had a pretty good time with it. It's very pretty. Like the whole thing is just very visually
does look really
appealing.
good.
Yeah. It looks like
Screenshots.
it looks and feels like you're playing the cartoon, which is the point. Like it's not about sweating over combos. It's about like, damn, that was cool.
I do need to give you some crap. You just said cartoon and not anime, and someone's gonna come after you if I don't. So
Hey, anyone who wants to come after me, anime is cartoons. It's Japanese cartoons. They're cool, but
It's animated.
that's like saying cartoons or American anime.
yeah, they are if you speak Japanese.
Nihongo ga hanasemasu.
I'll give you that. You know, like your Japanese is probably on par with my Spanish, which is not great.
Yo puedo hablar español también. ¿Quieres?
You
Habla
probably have better
inglés.
Spanish than me. Then yeah, we'll see.
That's all I got. I can count to like.
Then
No, sorry. As far as languages go, I can count to some small number in Korean and say I think front kick. And
Annyeonghaseyo.
I know
front
omelette
kick's
du
an
fromage.
extremely important word to know in any language, though. I think
I
that's
think so. Yeah.
yeah.
To be fair,
Annyeonghaseyo. It's the greeting.
안녕하세요.
Annyeonghaseyo.
Yeah.
That's so bad. Anyway,
Anyway,
yes,
I spent a year in Korea, and that's all I picked up.
now that we've established the ignorant American demographic, like we can move on from here.
To some parlez-vous anglais?
I just like
There we go.
I like languages. It's fun and culture. It's a fun thing to study on your off time. That's why I have way too many days in Duolingo. Very long streak. It's almost embarrassing. I can't let it go though. If I let it go, it's
Yeah,
And the
1,800
owl will
days.
come to your house at night, and
It's true.
You don't wanna
Sometimes
know.
I have to feed him the ice cubes so that he's satiated for the night when I can't do a lesson. But
especially
it's
when
fine.
you want to know that deep down he just wants blood.
He does want blood, and I'm not gonna give it to him. Okay, Duolingo's whole like, have you seen their like social media stuff that they?
Oh yeah, they
do?
lean into it. It's
They
wonderful.
lean
Yeah.
into it hard, and it's just amazing. Anyway, that's a fun little tangent. So how's Pokemon?
How is Pokemon? Well, we just got done with the Lille regionals, and okay, so I have very mixed feelings about Regulation H this deep into it.
Okay.
All of my feelings about it early on are still hold true. I think it is the most diverse format that we've ever gotten to play so far, just based on it is inherently very diverse, and we've gotten to play with it for a while, and we've still got a couple months left. So like, I think the metagame progression is amazing. I think the diversity is amazing. I think the power level is amazing. However, I think the entire thing is ruined by Sneasler, and I'm not joking. I am not exaggerating. I hate this stupid mon, and it's on all my teams too. Like it's like,
Well, you have to use it,
yeah,
right?
no,
Like if
Wolfie
if
uses
it's there-
Incineroar, I hate Sneasler. I'm going to use Sneasler. It's very, very good. Like,
yes.
I am to the point that and this is just the current Twitter discourse too, so this isn't an original thought on my part, but I prefer Urshifu to Sneasler. I genuinely think Urshifu is a healthier meta piece than Sneasler is.
Wow,
'cause
that's saying a lot.
Well, because it takes out the variance.
Yeah,
Sneasler has too much variance.
The most variance you get with Urshifu is that critical hits, 3-time critical hits is a lot of like the range of rolls.
Yeah, you have a 15% chance that the damage is different, but
right. But beyond that, it's consistent. I know what my Urshifu does. You know what your Urshifu does. We both know what they do. They're gonna do the thing that they do. It's busted. I would prefer he wasn't there, but like I'm never surprised when Wicked Blow crits my mon, right?
You just don't get sleep and then I don't get to play the game today.
My poor heart went through just too much in Louisville. I had a round I almost lost where I was going to win. I had a clean close combat into my opponent's Terra Steel Garchomp with my Sneasler. Their Sneasler wins the speed tie, Dire Claws me, puts me to sleep. Luckily, their Garchomp protected that turn. But because their Sneasler went first, I took my mandatory sleep turn, woke up the next turn, and proceeded to CC and take it that turn. But just the whole time, I went from like being like, okay, I guess I lose, to okay, I guess I win. Now I don't even know. Like, what?
Now that would have been good on stream, though. That would have
been
very entertaining for everyone else.
Everyone who watches VGC would have just gotten to see like what Rowan crying on the inside looks like. It was just, yeah, I don't know. It's something. Like, anyway, all that being said, Lille had a really, really cool cut and beyond cut, frankly. Like, if you look at these teams, like I think y'all could talk about this without me. Like, all of them are.
Oh yeah.
All the teams were very, very neat, and we're seeing like great meta adjustments, even with mons that are not like new or like exciting. Like, the way they're using them is exciting.
Well, we're just seeing things kind of come back to the fold. Like, we see Excalibur in Lille. You know, like
right.
Like, it's just things we haven't seen for a while because we had all the new toys and everybody like remembers like, wait, this is a good Pokemon.
And not just that, but these old toys have some new toys. So like
new moves and stuff.
When we got all the Isle of Armor move tutor moves back, it was at the same time as getting Urshifu. Great.
Yeah, so we never got to play with them.
Yeah, Urshifu at all. So suddenly, wow, coaching is amazing, but we never really got a real chance to use coaching. Wow, loaded dice scale shot is amazing, but like, we never brought much of a chance to use that either. Like, it popped up, but it was always like a niche tech on underused mons. Like, guess what? Dragonite and Excalibur are really, really good right now. So throwing loaded dice scale shot on them, giving them a guaranteed 100 BP, 50% of the time 120 BP stab move off of their attack stat is nuts. Like, and it breaks focus ashes, and it makes them faster. Yeah, if y'all have anything you want to go into, please take it away from me, because this is going to turn into one of those segments where I just ramble otherwise.
I didn't realize that Dragonite got scale shot.
Yeah, well, it's great because honestly, Dragonite's coverage is kind of terrible.
Right.
Like, that's just kind of like the trade-off. It has amazing abilities, it has amazing stats. It just doesn't get moves outside of extreme speed, right? So like, getting that is very nice.
Yeah, for
sure. And clicking outrage.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's dive into whatever you want here.
Okay, so first of all, Eduardo Cunha getting he has that scale shot Dragonite. Very, very good there. But the big piece on his team was Samurott H.
Hisui and Samurott.
Yeah, I've seen that with Scarf before. I think actually Brendan Zhang beat me with that at Baltimore. But like, Samurott's really, really good. It gets sharpness. So like, one of the mons with that, like, you know, super cool new ability that got applied to like kind of mid mons. The only one we've really seen taking advantage of it has been Gallade.
Yeah.
So like, seeing Samurott get that that big Sacred Sword, that big Aqua Cutter, stab knockoff, and with AV it's pretty bulky. I'd seen Scarf before, so I could take advantage of Flip Turn, which is pretty neat too. But yeah, like,
seems like a good thing with all the like Goldango, and because you resist all its moves. Incineroar.
Steel is like the three big steel types are, King Gambit, Goldango, and Archaludon, and like, King Gambit doesn't always run a steel type move, but the other two do. And resisting that's very nice.
You resist the ghost or the dark type moves too. So
you resist dark type moves. Sacred Sword hits all of them besides Goldie, unless it terras, and then it does. And knock off when it doesn't terra. So really, really cool to like identify that these kind of niche picks are really good in the meta right now.
Yep.
Yeah, this is actually a really cool looking team because, I mean, we see a lot in this, or a handful of times, this Magmar, which I guess it's the same thing that Electabuzz did a few months ago, right? Just kind of show up as a good follow me user and Eviolite, and it does support things pretty well.
Magmar and
you never see.
Electabuzz, yeah, it's been a staple this format, and it's just like filling that hole that Ogerpon left, right? Like, and that's
right.
Yeah, no, it's been Electabuzz, Magmar, and Clefable have been just like absolute mainstays this format, which is wild. Like all three of them are garbage mons.
Yeah,
outside
Totally,
of H.
yeah.
Like, when's the last time you saw any of them?
Yeah,
like Clefairy, I would expect.
Clefairy, yes, and it's funny because I tried to make Clefairy work early this format, and it was fine. But the issue is there's no like true powerhouses. There's no restricteds to like really make Clefairy shine.
Yeah, that you don't really need the Friend Guard all that much for.
Yeah. It definitely works. Like, I think Clefairy could have a place next to like a real setup mon, but yeah, in general, Clefable having the Unaware is just so big, especially because of how big setup has gotten. You get to ignore King Gambit boosts and just like, yes, you are going to hit me with your not very effective Kowtow, and I don't care how many times you click Sword Death. What else?
Yeah.
Okay, so well, this didn't originate here. It actually originated the week or two before at Louisville, but Mark Cotter with the Executor on Hard Trick Room. Yeah, that game did really, really well at Louisville, and it just makes a lot of sense, right? You get chlorophyll, so all Hard Trick Room teams really need to have, like, all Psy Spam Hard Trick Room teams. They, by nature, they need Expanding Force, they need a fast attacker. This thing does all of that together, and it gets the fast sleep powder that Lilligant has. I think that Lilligant just got kind of screwed in this format because of how good Magmar is now. Yep. Like, you have a redirector that resists grass, resists fire, and is immune to sleep by default.
Yep.
And after you, I don't think it's little known at this point, it's just known, but after you can be redirected, it's not like coaching. You can make after you fail by clicking Follow Me. So they don't get to click their Fast Eruption. They click Sleep Powder, it doesn't do anything. If they click Leaf Blade, it doesn't do anything. They can click Close Combat at best, and then your partner gets to do whatever they want to that and the Torkoal, which is definitely moving last.
Right.
And like, even if you double up with Close Combat Earth Power, Magmar is so bulky that it's just going to take it. And you could even Terra Ghost with Magmar as it does. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't know. Like, it's I think Lilligant's kind of down, but you know what Executor does? It just clicks Expanding Force on terrain, and it has a big special attack stat. Like, it was a really cool innovation. Like, Hard Trick Room's been that team that doesn't really change throughout.
It's just one here or there, just like one mon here.
It just kind of works, and I think this is a really neat innovation in that archetype.
And they went with Night Slash on the Gallade too.
Yeah, that's one for Goldango. Yeah.
No, it has Trick Room as well.
Oh, instead of White Guard.
Yeah. Gallade gets a flex slot.
Yeah,
I think what else, like Hisuian Typhlosion. So Luca Marcato brought Joe UX9's team from the last regional as well. I think that the Eject Pack Torkoal and Jump Bluff is just coming back. It's just very, very good, and like that combined with the Specs Typhlosion, like
the very Joe team.
Yeah, exactly right. It's very consistent until you start clicking that Sleep Powder, but even just the threat of the Sleep Powder is very scary.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another fast Sleep Powder.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so the story of the weekend though is Nils, right? Like he won the whole thing, and his team is very cool. I don't think anybody expected Excadrill to win a major.
But I will point out on the podcast last week, weren't we talking about how ground types are super good into this format?
Yeah, which is why Garchomp's been exploding. But yeah, no, I mean, if you get to have a fast ground type, because the issue is that Garchomp is slower than Sneasler, slower than Dragapult.
Yeah, if you can hit just Earthquake and just hit everything super effective, it's amazing.
And then, but the really cool tech piece on his team was Psychic Seed Power Trip Corviknight.
Yeah,
because Corviknight's big problem is that it's hard walled by Goldango, and then it just gets Shadow Ball to death. Not if it gets a Dark type move that you get by default a boost, and then you click Bulk Up once, so that counts as 2 more boosts.
Turns into a base.
You click Coaching from Sneasler, that's 2 more boosts. I don't know the exact map.
I think it gets 20 per. I think it's 20. Then you get 10 or 20 every boost.
Okay, so Power Trip.
It's the same as Stored Power, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's Power Trip. Normally has a base power of 20, but gains 20 power for every increase that
if you got 3 boosts, it's a base 80 power move all of a sudden.
You get coaching
with a +1 attack.
Yep. Yeah. And if you get coaching, make it +2 attack and then 2 more boosts on there. You're talking base 120. Yeah. Suddenly you have a really big dark move there to hit. Like, okay, it's not stab. Who cares? Like,
yep.
Doesn't have to be when you have a big number.
And you, on top of all that, you have a Spadef boost, which is Corviknight's worst stat. So like, it's pretty good. And it can heal itself after all that. You have a Spadef boost. You have at least 1, maybe more defense boosts. Like, that thing's not going anywhere and it's hitting like a truck. Like, it was a very cool innovation. I think Scarf and DD Mail, like it's not insanely, it's not crazy. Like, you've definitely seen that before, but almost all of them are running Sash these days, to the point that you just, like, if I see one in a closed sheet game, I'm going to assume it's Sash. Right. It has no protect. And so,
anymore.
Yeah. And this one having trick and protect is also very nice.
Yeah, that was some good. Just, I mean, I don't think we ever saw him click it in, like, in the games. Sure every time it came in, it just hit expanding force, but.
And it's very cool anti-hard trick room tech as well. You trick their trick room setter, you're basically forced to switch out or has to undo trick room, and after that you get protect to stall out their trick room as well, as they are forced to make that hard switch. They lose the momentum on it. So yeah, like Nils has always been an awesome builder, and just like he's
white herb.
That's all I got. Like,
white herb on the Sneasler was.
Yep, white herb's very cool. You either get your unburdened immediately with intimidate, or you click close combat once, undo the defensive boost, and then get your speed boost. Right. Yep. So.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, that's neat. It's really cool. I don't think I knew what power trip was before the last 30 years.
It was like
physical stored power.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first moves I think it learned in Gen 8 at least early, like as a rookie or whatever it is.
That's kind of interesting. I feel like Dynamax would have maybe worked for that, right? Like, you get 1 bulk up and you start hitting steel spikes with it, and then all of a sudden you get a power trip when you're out. Like,
right. But a low base power when you Dynamax, because
that's it. Yeah, and then you have a wasted max.
Because you wanted the big moves whenever you Dynamax.
Well, you Dynamax next to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Could do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
But then you get hit with a max move and it just gets blown up.
Yeah.
And then
that format wasn't for Corviknight.
Before we move on from Nils' team, though, the other thing is that this team has 4 ground weaknesses, by the way. 1 immunity in Corviknight, to be fair. But you'll notice that apart from Extra Drill, the other 3 ground weaknesses all are Terra Flying. Yeah. It's like, I am going to click Earthquake next to something. Yeah.
That Tyranitar, though, did a lot, too, in a lot of his matches. Terra Flying's kind of been the go-to for Tyranitar.
Yeah, it's amazing for T-Tar, right? Like, you lose your weakness to your two things.
Your 4-time weakness
including a 4x weakness.
Like, becomes a resist.
And both Garchomp and Extra Drill are really good partners for T-Tar. So getting the immunity is great. Sneasler having the Terra Flying means it gets to coach Extra Drill.
While the Earthquakes.
Yeah.
And the whiter means that there's an Incineroar in front of me. My attack is not dropped. I get to close combat your Incineroar while my Extra Drill clicks Swords Dance.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's very interesting. I do like this team a lot.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff. And then like Victor Bendita, who we played against, fantastic player. You've seen their name all over for Europe, but did not go as creative on the team building. Just took Paul Chua's. Paul Chua has gotten credit for this because he was the first one to do well with it. Apparently, it was Agati who built this. But yeah, it's just the same 6. Apart from it's mostly switched from Sash Ninetales to Specs Ninetales, but otherwise it's exactly the same items. And apart from Kingambit going water, exactly the same Terras. But the team is very strong. It's just one of those things that good players can pilot exceptionally well.
Give good player good team.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Good. It has answers for everything, and what you're saying about that spread damage is so true. It makes really consistent plays. You have
Blizzard. Did you watch the final or any of it?
For the freezes? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man!
Like VGC Halloween party. I'm going as Nils' Frozen Corviknight,
which makes it more impressive that he won that, because it was.
He didn't win that game. It's wild.
Pretty good.
He got frozen in the final.
Oh, was it the final game?
Game 3, in Game 2 and Game 3, I'm pretty sure he got frozen in both.
Wild. But yeah, like you get the Earthquake on Garchomp and the Blizzard on Ninetales means that you just end up hitting like double targets so many times. And Garchomp plus Terraflying Dragonite, I was like, you're putting out so much damage. You're doing it relatively quickly. Like, I don't know. It is every tool. It's nothing like it doesn't have any instant win. Like I know the gimmick and you don't, so I beat you here.
Right.
Things, but it just has everything a good player needs to outplay.
Yeah. Fair point.
I remember seeing a couple Talonflames popped up in this tournament here and there. There's one at number 10.
The Pavilion in 11th place.
The Pavilion.
Yeah,
that's neat.
Vivian and Garchomp have been like a really good core too, because you get that. This one wasn't with Garchomp though. It's interesting. But yeah, just Compound Eye Sleep Powder. It's 97% accurate or 99%. It's something like that. You shouldn't miss it, right? That's interesting. You usually see it next to an EQ user. Oh, well, Ursaluna in this case.
Ursaluna. Ursaluna.
This one's Tailwind, so this looks like a Tail Room team even. Like, I bet you that Ursa has some speed on it, so that it could operate in Trick Room or in Tailwind. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else.
There was a slacking on stream.
Yes. It was unfortunate that it got kind of bopped, but
did it? No.
Yeah.
I mean, it was banded too. It's just one of those things. Like, I don't know, unless it's like a fantastic matchup for you. Like, I don't see.
Or someone is like, because I could see it too, being completely confused on what you're doing into this team. Like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
Yeah.
Although I see some like slack off, and I'm like, I target that first, I guess, so it can't pop me big. Like,
I'm also really liking people finding new Dozo answers. Because so Primarina has just been the go-to, slap it on your team, it learns Haze, the end, right? But the problem is that Primarina's defense is aggressively bad. So even though it resists and is immune to Dozo's 2 main attacks, like it resists Wave Crash, and
pretty hard.
It can get bopped. So the big thing is coaching Dozo. That was like Lorenzo Arce was like the guy who was one who beat me on my win in Baltimore as well, and he was building with Mezzy. Like, it's just become one of the ways to play Dozo Giri now. And like, if you put one coaching boost on a Dondozo and it gets Terra Steel, it's Heavy Slam Oko's a Prim, like neutrally, the end, right? So like, and it's faster. So unless you get like really good positioning with a fake out, Prim is not getting to click Haze. And even then, like, a lot of them are running Covert Cloak now, so you can't even fake it out. So what some of them are doing now, you'll see Haze on the Scale Shot Dragonite teams. Dragonite doesn't have to be that fast for a single speed boost to put it over Dozo. So you get a single Scale Shot off early game, and you get to Haze before it does anything. Even if you don't want to send Dragonite out early, it has multi-scale. So even if you're doing a super effective order up, it'll take that hit and then Haze, done, the end. Like, it's so having these new answers, it's Terra Steel too, right? So like, some of them are anyway. So yeah, if you have like a Rillaboom to cover their Quake weakness, like, people are finding new ways to handle Dozo, and for that reason, all the Dozos in here are. There was one in top 13.
Yeah,
but otherwise they're solo Dozos.
Yes, I was gonna say there's one in third, but it's not.
Which is actually also a really cool adaptation, because this meta is so physical. Like, look at the winning team. They're the only there's one special attacker, because I don't really count Magmar on that team. Sure. If you look at the famous like the team to beat, I don't know if it is anymore, honestly, but like the infamous team right now, at least as of a week ago in the format, was the Michael Derbesti team, like the Michael Michel Kelch, with 5 physical mons, or 4 physical mons, a Primarina, and a Redirector.
Right.
Guess what? Dozo is inverse Snorlax. It's got unreal HP, really good defense, and mid special defense. Like, who cares about your special defense if more than half the format is physical?
Physical, yeah.
And on top of that, people run Curse on it. And then you run Coaching on the team, and then you put Fissure on the thing because it's not getting removed.
Yeah, so you had all the chances,
and it's unaware, so it removes other people's boost. It doesn't care about other people's boosts. That's your Dozo answer. You should just click Fissure 3 times and hope that you like get the average odds.
Yeah, I mean, odds are you will eventually.
Yeah, you just have to pray that they don't kill the rest of your team in the meantime, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, I really liked Aurelian Sula's team.
Yeah. That low key might be what
I really like that team.
That might be what I build towards for Toronto. Which are we all going to that? Sheldon, are you making that, or is that just me and Harrison?
Yeah, just y'all.
Tragedy. All right. Well, yes. Yeah, no, that's great. It's like a very bulky and see, AV Blood Moon's been kind of on the rise for a minute now, but yeah, seeing it really like cement itself is cool. Terra Water and Blood Moon is interesting because Rillaboom is like one of the highest usage mons in the format,
and it doesn't help your matchup into that.
But every other mon on this team just dunks on Rillaboom, so it makes some amount of sense, right?
But like 3 Terra Waters.
Wait,
That's true. Yeah, but Goldango, if it doesn't Terra, is like okay, high Rillaboom. Yeah, Volcarona, obviously, Dragonite double resists it, and it doesn't have a flying. This one doesn't have a flying move, but Scale Shot also kind of bobs it, right?
I think Grimmsnarl is actually pretty smart into this format too. Like when I was watching him play,
screens are great.
Screens, foul play, stab, foul play is so good into all the King Gambits and everything else running around.
Yeah.
Even Spirit Break, because fairy damage is so hard to come by now. Like all the reason Alolan Ninetales and Primarina are here, despite being kind of mid stats wise, is and they're being used offensively. Like because what else are you going to use that clicks Moonblast, right?
Yeah.
Like the you'll see on Aurelian's team, he's got Volcarona with they've got Volcarona with Terra Fairy Terra Blast, exactly. Yeah, if you get some boosts on this thing, and there's your discount Fluttermane.
Very fair. This is a cool team, and I will definitely totally help with team building for Toronto. Definitely practice and give meaningful input to our little building group.
Should we open a pool for this?
No. What does that mean?
You put money on what week Harrison starts playing. Free.
How many weeks out?
Wait, can I control that? And can I put money in the pool?
You may not put money down.
Yeah. Okay.
That might be.
Wait. If I'm not part of the money distribution, then y'all can put the pool. Y'all set that up. And then I will take bribes so I can start doing something.
You gotta start. You're posting replays so we have a timestamp of when you started.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, fair point. That's even easier to replays on Showdown. I was like, I'll have to make a video or stream or something.
You can do OBS. That's cool too. We'll take card games with the face cam. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. But as soon as you have a pace for me, Rowan, I will 100% do something.
You know what? I will give you a pace because that
put a Pelipper on it. Put an Archaludon on it.
They're good mons.
I do want to build a rain team and play with that too.
Please look at what Marco Silva ran and run it. I'm not joking.
Yeah. No, is that?
Where's very much rain.
Give me a number. There it is. Yes,
number 9.
That is the team I want. Or something very similar to it. Like at least that
Basculesian really wants a punching glove, right? Like
it does. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe give it to Incineroar, because I feel like I can do a little bit more punching.
On a spin, like just a little. No, but I do want to play an Arch Pelipper Basculesian team at least in practice for Toronto because that's
it's a very strong archetype. This is the last time Archaludon is going to be a real Pokemon. So please,
that's probably true.
Get your fill, right?
Yeah.
To say the last meta adaptation. I'm not sure if I talked about this the last time because it's been a while, but I love Misty Terrain becoming a real move.
Wait, Misty Terrain's a real move now?
Yes, and the reason is there's a lot of Amoonguss, right? You turn off Amoonguss, you turn off Sneaslers.
You do. You do.
Yeah. Ooh. But most importantly, it erases the. Oh, and that's also nice. It's also as a fringe benefit. It beats Clanging Scales Como, which is a real mon, by the way.
Yeah.
But what I love about it is that it just demolishes the Incineroar, Porygon 2, Ursaluna regular, and it's really those 3 mons at the core. They have Goldango as well, so you have to play around that. But it demolishes that team because they can't spore you with they can't spore you their Amoonguss, and their Ursaluna's Flame Orb never activate.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good point.
Yeah. So they're bopping you with this low power facade. How long still hurts, but sure, it's not like a restricted level Pokemon. They basically lose their Trick Room Sweeper, which is great.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
So what's running Misty Terrain?
Clefable is the big one, but some people run it faster on Ninetales. The other big one is Klefki. So if you want to run a more defensive version of Archrain, there's been a version going around. Pengi ran it last at Louisville, and I want to say it was popularized by Fevzi. It might have been someone before Fevzi as well. Anyway, it screens Archrain with a Sinistra in the back, right?
Okay.
The original version had a Grimmsnarl on it with T-Wave, but that kind of evolved to have a Klefki with Misty Terrain in the flex slot. So you can't get slept on your Arch that can't protect. you still get screens up, and yeah, you still get that benefit, and it's prankster too, so no one's stopping that without fake out.
Right. I will consider.
That's the one thing with this format, though, man. There's so
many options,
so much you can do, and you can.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
it's like you were saying, that's like Scarf coaching Annihilate into Population Bomb Mouse Hole.
Just flipping the script,
do you want to talk about the global challenge? Because that's coming when this episode comes out. The sign up deadline will be over, I believe. So
you have to sign up and submit a team at the same time before this.
Yes. You gotta log in your team.
Wait, when is that due?
Thursday, I believe, right before it starts, Thursday night.
Oh, okay. So the day this comes out, actually, if you're listening to this day of, thank you, and also you can do it.
Yeah.
If we release in the morning, you'll still have a few hours.
Yes, we've released in the morning. I do all the stuff behind the scenes, so if you're not,
I've been scrolling down the team list here, though. There is one team that caught my eye. The very first thing on it is a Flapple, a choice banded Flapple.
What plays?
Yeah, give us a number.
Yeah,
I see it.
73.
Yeah.
This team is wild. This
very
team,
cool. And then
with a Hypnosis Yan Mega.
Yep. And we'll so we were all playing
Gravity Sableye.
This is the second regional in a row where we've all played this wacky team on ladder. We're like, what is this? Who's doing this to us? Is it with Yen Mega and Terra Electric Power Herb Archaludon with Thunderball? And we're like, well, who is playing this? Once again, it's Wolfie. Like, we find out, like, yep, the exact 6 on that ladder team that we were all freaking out about, and it's him again. So I should just trust my gut the next time I see something wacky on high ladder and just run it myself. Like, it's probably Wolfie.
Just pick it, yeah.
Your camera is gone, by the way, Harrison.
Yeah, I know, and I can't fix it because I can't change anything during recording, which is the dumbest thing.
Tragedy.
It is.
Well, at least we can hear you.
Can you draw like a little smiley face to be you?
Maybe I'll press something if I remember to go find this. Wait, now my camera's not turned on. No, camera, come back. Okay.
No.
If I bring the camera back, will it come back? Who knows? Probably not. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, it was a good run.
Yeah, I mean, I made it halfway through the episode. This is what we fought with last week, and then we finally got it to work, but whoops. Anywho.
Global challenge.
Sure.
So yeah, if you all aren't ready for best of one close sheet degeneracy, it's almost time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't played in one in a long time, so I need to actually play in it. I haven't played BGC in a long time, so I need to.
Also true.
Points are on the line for this one and for all of them. I
need to write that haven't played in a long time, kind of boost you get, like you haven't played and all of a sudden you play super well there for a little bit. So I'm just gonna write that into the global challenge.
Do it. Yeah, they say it's really hard. Like when you're building for this stuff, I don't touch best of one ladder until it's time for this. You have to find that cross section of yes, you want a gimmick. You want something surprising. You don't, unless you're really, really, really good. You don't want to play a bog standard team copy pasted from a regional because people will have your team sheet. It's available on Victory Road. If they recognize it, they will just look it up and click it and see all your moves. You are playing open sheet and they're not. But you still want, it can't be all gimmick. You have to find some.
You need to be able to play the game still, whenever the gimmick doesn't work.
You have to have some benefit to playing still, right? Like if you want to not just go best of one, cheese, brain rot.
The best close sheet teams are the ones with gimmicks that would work in open sheet, but are even better when you don't know they're coming.
Because you can't see it coming. Exactly.
An unexpected scarf can be really good. Set up literally just a standard team with different sets than people would expect can be really good. Like the Specs Ninetales stuff that's gotten really big on the Agati team came from them changing it to Specs for the GC shortly afterwards. So everybody saw Agati's name on the team that he built and was like, okay, I know exactly all these sets. No, you don't. That alone is a massive step up.
And again, you don't have to run anything cheesy either. You can just run a good team.
Yeah.
You'll probably run into some wild stuff, but I mean, you probably have an idea of what you got coming for you. So my only advice in terms of in terms of being predictable is do not copy paste a team directly from Victory Road.
Make a change to it.
You will probably have a bad time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or at least if you get up into the higher ranks where, like you're saying, they are looking for it.
You for what it's worth, the best time to play these is the first day when people are just there for the whatever
before the
consolation
Japanese
prize awards.
players start
No,
getting.
no Japanese players in
Oh,
grand
really?
challenges. Yeah,
Not in
it's-
these,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It
Okay.
is different.
yeah,
this time.
that's what the distinction between grand and global apparently.
Oh,
But
Okay. Well,
yeah,
that's
no
good to know
Japanese
because
players.
I remember that there was like some actual like gaming the whole game kind of thing, because if you could like be on whenever they're not, like there was a big difference and you could tell.
So the real thing is, so people who are really gunning to win the whole thing are not trying to get easy wins. They're trying to get wins that earn them a lot of points.
Right.
So the way to game it to win, if you think I am very confident in my skills, I'm going to win every game I play, and I want to be number one, literally, is you wait. You actually hold as many games as you think you are going to be
Yes.
able to play well until the last day. Because if you think like your skill level is not changing across the course of the weekend, probably, right? But the amount of points that beating you is worth does change, because it's all an ELO system. If I beat someone who just signed on for their first game at 1500, that's worth way less than someone who's won 5 or 10 games and is in the 1600s, and it's worth and even that is worth way less than someone who's having a killer run that's in the 17 or 1800s.
Yep.
So if you wait until Sunday, the only people left are people trying to make deep runs who have a lot of points, and you get a lot of points for beating them.
You should play as few games as you have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Early
That's
on.
always
That's
my
always the
advice
thing.
for these like global challenges, because I remember I learned that early back in the Sword and Shield ones. Like, you don't go and just knock out your 45 games or whatever and just grind it out.
Yeah.
If you only had to play 20 games to hit the rank you want, play
And
20
play-
games and that's
Play
it.
no
It's
more.
interesting though, because Swish, you really only wanted to hit like 1650 or so, right? Was
Yeah.
the magic number. That was where you were probably guaranteed a spot in the Players' Cup.
Yeah.
But when you get beyond, like in these ones though, like that was about where I stopped in the last Grand Challenge, and I think that got me 20 CP for that. Like, that's not enough. You have to be in the 1700s to get anything appreciable.
Yeah.
But if you're high up there, you can get hundreds. Like I think, or maybe first place is like 180 or 200 or something. But like top 32 was like 100 points, I think. Like you
Oh,
get
wow.
a lot for doing well in this. So like,
Grand Challenge. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
was pulling up too.
First
People are
is
pushing it.
170.
okay,
Yeah.
So top 32 and above
120.
gets 120, 130, 140, 50, 60,
Yeah.
70. So yeah, top 32 is over 100.
yeah, the equivalent of day twoing a regional,
Yeah.
right? So
yeah,
like really
yeah,
good.
point.
Yeah, and top 120.
It does also say at the bottom of this table
513.
on
Yeah, I was
Pokemon,
just outside of 512, so I only got 20. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's more than winning a local, right? So even that's something. But yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's better
says
than nothing, but-
championship points of value is subject to change. It's like, really, you don't have to. you're not going to. Also, why put that there anyway? Sorry, I saw that. Thought it was really funny. But yeah, no, it's. I'm very curious to see how y'all do. I'm traveling, and I probably won't have a chance to play many games. I might still play some just for funsies if I find a team that I want to play.
Yeah, that'll be some good practice for Toronto, won't it?
Yeah, if I play this weekend, Rowan, does that affect your pool for
no,
memory
has to
practice?
be
No.
has to be
Well, what if I'm playing a team that I want to bring to Toronto?
open sheet best of 3.
Ah, okay. I actually have to
Gotcha on that one.
click that ladder on Showdown. Got it. I'll give you that. That's very fair.
It can be locals.
I'm annoyed as I missed the local this past weekend. I wanted to go. That is very close to me.
Yeah, I had to skip the one this weekend for plans, but
Yeah.
is what it is. Being an adult or whatever.
You're doing stuff. Anything else on the note of Pokemon?
I don't think so. No, that's pretty much
Yeah.
it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lille was interesting. I mean, I guess we didn't say it was October 19th through 20th and had 638 people, and it was in Lille, France.
It's a lovely city if you ever get to go there.
I've not.
I played a Magic the Gathering Grand Prix back in the day there one time.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
I also don't have any French, so back to the language discussed
Parlez-vous
earlier.
Anglais. That's all you need to know. Parlez-vous Anglais.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Omelette du fromage. Anyway. Moving from Pokemon, do we have anything else to talk about today? We didn't really plan anything past this.
No, I don't think so. I mean, do you have other games you want to talk about?
I mean, of course I do, because I have the video game club that I am still pushing really hard because I want it to be a thing. But in all honesty, I'm still loving Echoes of Wisdom. It's really good.
Nice. That is on my list for sure.
Man, hey, I
You
know
should join the club.
Yeah, it's a cool club you can join.
There are games I want to play first, is the thing.
Hey, well, then you should.
And they're VGC, but
Well, okay.
Add them to the list.
Yes, I have to. I have to figure out how to actually make a list that I can maintain.
Maybe we can do
this.
maybe.
Well, I definitely do a poll for the next game, and then someone suggested Dredge, which is, I think, what I would end up voting for. But we can have a poll. We can have some idea. I might make a list of like just a text channel that I keep a list in that like only we can post to or something. But nonetheless, Echoes of Wisdom is great. I'm like very close to the end of the game. I think I'm going into the last major dungeon before whatever happens at the end of the game. I think. For those of you who are playing, like once you get past the events at Hyrule Castle. So Sheldon, I don't think you're there yet.
No, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, okay. So like 3 dungeons in, some cool stuff happens, and then the game opens up to the end of the game, the back half of the game. So I'm at the end of that part, which is very fun. I have so many triangles with which to summon random things. It's so good. I can summon the strongest echo, which is lovely. I just summon it, and then it just destroys everything for me, and it's a great time.
That's fun.
And then, of course, there's the bed, which is the only tool you need to solve most puzzles.
Yes, the bed is amazing.
Yes, and you can sleep in it. Yeah, and you get better beds you can sleep in, and it heals faster. But really, you just need the one triangle cost old bed, and you can get through too many of the puzzles.
Yeah.
So when you pick it up, Rowan, remember the bed.
I probably won't remember by the time I get to it.
That's okay.
It's this month has been edgy 14-year-old from the early 2000s nostalgia months for me. So like got through the Dragon Ball game, and then I think there's the Shadow the Hedgehog remake, which got a 9 out of 10 on the ratings too.
The Shadow the Hedgehog remake, or just the Generations game?
It's Generations, but you're playing all of Shadow's levels, like the best levels from the game season, which is not many. So like it's mostly it's mostly an Adventure 2 remake, from what I understand. Yeah.
Adventure 2 and the Shadow the Hedgehog game, where you gave Shadow
I mean that wasn't a very good game, right? So they can probably pick like a couple of levels that were
that's
I'll give from
you
it.
That. I forgot that's coming out. Ooh, that might.
Yeah, it actually got really good reviews. I'm surprised. Like Sonic games are very hit or miss, and the whole like furry soap opera thing doesn't really resonate with me. But I have a lot of nostalgia for the gameplay, so I'll.
I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia for Sonic. That comes out this week.
Yeah.
No, actually, about Friday. Well, that's annoyingly tempting. I don't know. I played Frontiers a while ago when it came out, and I was like kind of mixed on it. But I know the Generations games are better than that was by a long shot.
Yeah, Frontiers. Yeah, I ended up trying to see that one through. I eventually couldn't. It's just not meant for open world. I feel like it was like a really fun novelty for a minute, but like sometimes just put me in a level and let me play it to the end. Yeah, then put me in the next level. Like
the best part about that game was all the tiny level things that they gave, and
it's like, what if you put all your effort into letting me play those and like more of those, and instead of like running around hunting for collectibles with like kind of awkward. He's not meant to turn around. That's not his thing. He keeps going in a straight line. Like,
yeah, okay, but also to be fair, like classic Sonic games actually punish you for going fast. So like,
sure, and like there's different styles of games, and that's okay, right? Like whatever. I'll play a 2D platformer. I will play the like go fast like twitch reflex kind of thing from like the 3D era, but like something, not like run around hunting for collectibles. It's not Banjo-Kazooie. Like I don't think Banjo-Kazooie would be good in 2024. Like
that might be a little blasphemous, but also probably true.
Like I don't know if you've ever broken out the old N64 to play like the old school collectathon games. They didn't age amazingly.
I'm afraid to for that reason. So yeah, I'm watching. I have the Steam page up for Sonic X Shadow Generations, and boy, do I want to play this game, actually.
Like, I don't know. It's just all like, I want to play things that make me think of my childhood and way better graphics than we had then. And that's what I'm being given. So I'll take it.
That's fair. Wow, this looks really good. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at it. Go away. Cool, yeah. Any other games, Sheldon? What have you been playing?
A little bit of Echoes of Wisdom, not as much as the rest of you people.
How far are you in Echoes?
Not much further than I was last time.
How far is your wife?
She's a good bit further than me. I don't know exactly how far she is, but I know she's been playing like every day. So
Well, she should post something in the forum.
yeah, I've told her, but
crap for me.
she's very socially anxious and doesn't like interacting all the time. So
Well, it's a lovely safe place.
yes,
There we go. And
She knows.
that's what we need to encourage for the Game Corner's video game club over on the Game Corner Discord. It's a very safe place to talk about stuff. I'm also like making hand gestures and I remember my camera's off. So it's really not
you need
helpful.
to draw little stick figures.
Yeah, I might do something. Maybe I'll put my
You can practice animation with this.
absolutely not. I do not have that kind of time between now and Thursday. Or actually Wednesday night. Anywho.
Other than that, I've been working on that TCG been working on
your
some
card
art,
It looks
working
cute.
on making cards out. I'm
like
over
it.
halfway done with card ideas.
How big
So-
is the first set you're trying to make?
About 160 cards,
That is many cardboards.
mini cardboards.
Yes.
I'm a little over 100 now.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
Sizable.
a lot. I have to take breaks and focus on different parts of everything. Like a couple of days I'll do art stuff. A couple of days I'll do like some writing and stuff. Other days I'll do cards.
Sure,
So,
make very the worst, make it better.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Got to split it up a little bit because if not, I'll get burnt out real quick.
Sure, absolutely. On the note TCG, Pokemon TCG Pocket is still very fun and addicting. I've been trying to open a pack that has Moltres EX so that I can, build that deck because I really want to. I'm very close to it. Also, a Starmie EX, both in the same pack. I've not gotten them. It's gotten to the point where me and Becca will come together every 12 hours on my phone and then chant manifesting Moltres and then try and pull a card, and it never works. But
Sounds
it's
like
still
you
very
aren't
fun.
manifesting hard enough. I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Try a little
yeah.
harder.
I should. But that is also very fun. So when it actually comes out and y'all on iPhones can play, I think that'll be fun. We can do more things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess
That's soon though, isn't it?
Yeah,
In the
after
morning?
y'all mentioned all the coin flips, I am decided not to take it seriously at all, but I will play.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it is.
that's Pokemon TCG is coin
Like,
flip heavy.
I understand that there is RNG in this game, but like in VGC, but like literally flip a coin to do damage or not sounds really rough. Like that does not
There's
sound
only
like a good
some.
time.
You can
Yeah,
also build
it's
around
not-
that.
It's not in many of the like
But there are
powerful things.
meta decks that depend on literal 50%
Yes.
chances. Okay.
There are some, yes.
there's some that are gimmicky. So think of your best of one gimmicky. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
can
true.
win on turn 0 if you get 3 coin flips in a
Oh
row.
my god.
And you have the perfect hand.
But your opponent has no control over that. Like you
No.
either
No.
draw
It just
you either
happens.
draw Exodia or you don't. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Neat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to
The
be fair,
non-interactive, very Yu-Gi-Oh ish. Like
there was no interaction between really. Like
Yeah,
there's
that's
I will have a great time. I will like hoot and holler at my phone as I play this game, but I will not for a moment care whether I win or lose.
yeah. Even I think the Pokemon TCG, it's not bad. Like I've played it the TCG live or whatever a little bit, and I think it's a fun card game. I just don't like card games as much if you can't interact with what your opponent's doing or anything outside of what you do on your turn.
But the only that's like what game I was trying to think about this. What game has that except for Magic?
Not many.
It's like Magic has like instants or whatever.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh has
but
trap
that's
cards.
to me that's like the one thing that's like a lot of games kind of miss because like I need to be able to stop you during your turn in case like you hit the mother load. Like I need to be able to defend myself a little bit in some kind of way instead of just not playing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like
So I like that. I think that just adds depth. That's good for a game. Now, if it's more of a kid's game, which I feel like Pokemon kind of it's always started out as, then
Sure.
yeah, you don't need to have more interactions that just complicate the game.
yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. There's definitely like things in a lot of these games where you can have like maybe not control directly, but influence against some stuff happens on your opponent's turn. But like, yeah, I can't really think of besides trap cards and instant magic. Another example of that in a lot of these games right now, like between Lorcana, Digimon, Pokemon, other ones that I am vaguely familiar with.
Yeah, not many of them do. I feel like that's not a very common thing. But like I said, it's just something I would really like to have in a card game.
which is why you're building your own.
Exactly.
But okay, I think that's an episode. Neither of you said anything to agree with me on that.
I nodded. It's
Yes.
a podcast. I know that.
Yeah, well,
Nodding.
people can't see me, so I can't see you. That's how it works, I think. Right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, don't question it.
I also lack object permanence. It's fine.
That's true. Well, no, I can actually still see you.
I think we're getting tired. We're old.
Oh man, we're so old. We need grandmasters for
One
Pokemon.
day.
So I think that is it. So I have been Harrison. You can find me online at @row_ixen on Twitter, on Blue Sky, which I also forget exists sometimes, and I guess that's the thing.
Every so often we're reminded when Twitter does something terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is more often than not nowadays.
At least we grabbed our usernames.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm @row_ixen on Blue Sky. The Game Corner VGC is on Blue Sky. I think y'all are also on Blue Sky. I just forget, so I won't say it. But that is I mean all the places. Rowan, who are you?
I'm Rowan. You can find me on Twitter, Rowan W Hall, and I guess Blue Sky at just Rowan Hall. That's it for me. And Sheldon.
And I'm Sheldon. You can find me Captain_Unova on Twitter. I think it's just Captain Unova on the Blue Sky and everywhere else.
And together we've been the Game Corner. You can find us at Game Corner VGC. I think that's what it is. For Twitter and the Game Corner VGC, Blue Sky, all the stuff, which I guess I'll add Blue Sky to the link tree to this week. I should do
Good
that.
idea.
But all of our stuff is in the link tree down below. That includes our Patreon if you want to support us there. It includes the Discord link, which you can join and be a part of that video game club currently playing Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and discussion and voting will happen very soon for the next game. We'll start on November 1st. That's the next kind of month, right, of gaming.
Yes.
But all the stuff's there, and we'd like to say thank you to RobKTA for the use of our theme song, Goldenrod Game Corner, off the Ultraball album. And remember, no matter what you decide to play, until next time, press start and game on. Bye!